There's 2 weeks till the class of 2024 begin medical school. Not much information is out there on what to expect or the lessons that you need to learn from. So from my mistakes, there will be a lot of things that you can avoid and maybe start implementing these things so that this year is a year that you don't end up regretting. My name is Mohamed and I'm a fourth year medical student here at the University of Birmingham. And these last 3 years have gone so quick. And trust me, you guys, for those of you who are starting med school this year, it's going to go just like this. The advice that I give for people who are beginning medical school compared to the advice that I'd give to someone who's in third year is very different. At the beginning of medical school, the main thing is finding your feet and just adapting. That's one thing that you're going to hear quite a lot in this video, adaptation. Let's start on the first lesson, the difficulty of medical school. A lot of teachers, people in sixth form, people in college will always say, oh, A-levels. A-levels are probably the most difficult education part of your career in your whole life. Why? Because you're learning a lot of information in only a span of 2 years. I'm telling you guys, A-levels is nothing compared to what a degree is, or specifically medicine is a degree. Because the amount of hours, the amount of work that you have to put in every single year for medical school is crazy. So yeah, everything that your teachers have told you about A-levels being the hardest, straight cap. Medical school is so difficult, especially when you compare it to what life was like as an A-level student. But once again, the main thing, adaptation. You're going to learn to adapt to this. You're going to learn and you'll get used to what life as a medical student is really about. How long this will take? It depends from person to person. For me, I didn't learn my lesson till the end of first year. But that jump, once you're able to adapt to that jump becomes your new norm. It's moved from your baseline being around about here for your A-levels to moving all the way here for what med school is, and that just becomes the new norm for you. And then yeah, it's literally just what you're used to at that point. What I'm going to say, medical school, medicine is genuinely one of the hardest things that you guys will ever do. It's nothing compared to A-levels. But don't let that put you off, because the main reason why someone of your capabilities is able to get into medicine is because you are able to get used to this type of lifestyle. But how long it takes depends from person to person, but it will happen. That I can guarantee. So that's the first. And regarding the difficulty, it's really all about adaptation, it's adapting to the new way of things. And the next thing, organization really is key. I'll be honest, at the beginning I was going crazy trying to make the most craziest notion like to-do list and checklist. There's no need for any of that. Literally simply just make an Excel spreadsheet, list all the topics that you need to learn, list when you've covered them, list if you've covered them, and just literally go through that list again and again and again as many times as you can till you know all the topics inside out. And that's how you're going to prepare for every single exam. How much of every topic have you memorized? Until you know each one to a good amount, you'll know you're going to pass and do very well in the exam when you've gone through every single topic and you know them to a very good level where you can recall almost everything in that topic. So that's the second thing. Make sure you're organized, and don't go too crazy. I'd say literally an Excel spreadsheet does the job, to be honest. The next thing, studying. I can't lie, this thing is, once again, it varies from person to person. So many people ask, how do you study medicine? I'm going to make a completely separate video because it really differs from the preclinical years and the clinical years. There's two different ways of learning, I'd say. In the preclinical years, the main thing, memorization. It's the same thing as A-level biology, literally pure memorization. But the main thing with medical school is obviously it's a lot of content. People are going to do it differently. I use Anki. Some people want to do handwritten notes. Some people want to just type up certain things. Different things work for different people. And that's the main thing. Are you able to find out how you yourself work? That's the hardest task. How do you learn? How do you memorize stuff? Once you've unlocked that gem, trust me, that's when you're unstoppable. Because once you've learned that, that's the hardest thing to master. How do you learn? And for everyone it's different. For me, it's using Anki and writing everything out, blurting basically. But for everyone it's different. And once you found your thing, trust me, you will. Just try a few different ones out and then you'll see which one works for you and just carry on using that to literally the end. And a separate note in studying, don't bother thinking about buying textbook. Firstly, any physical textbooks, 99% of students don't end up using them. Second of all, there is always a free version out there somewhere. Whether it's passed around from the old years, whether it's on some dodgy website, there is something everywhere almost. But you didn't hear this from me personally. I'd say personally buy them. I'm just saying buy them maybe. But yeah, the next thing, the med school routine. Man, I can't lie, first and second year my routine was all over the place. Because especially at the University of Birmingham, your routine is going to differ depending on what's going on. Firstly, are you supposed to be going to lectures? Do you have to go to lectures? Do you have anything scheduled in the morning, SGTs, which are small group teaching sessions? Are they scheduled for the morning? Are they scheduled for the afternoon? Different things are happening at different times. Each individual has their own schedule. But I'll be honest, at the beginning, it's especially in your preclinical years, just because the amount of stuff that are timetabled in just random points in the day, it's very hard to keep a schedule of things. And it's very hard to hold some sort of a routine. So my advice is make some sort of a to-do list or checklist of things that you want to do every single day, and then just make sure you work through that. Don't bother trying to say I'm going to do this at this time, this at this time, this at this time, this at this time, unless you've got that forecast of everything that's going to be coming up in the next month in terms of calendar. But for me, what works for me, to be honest, especially in the preclinical years, was having some sort of a checklist of what I want to do each day as a list of tasks. But if you guys want to find out what your routine is, once again, it's about time. You're going to get used to it. You're going to see this is what I like doing, this is what I don't like doing, this is when I like working, this is when I don't like working, and then you'll start forming your own routine from there. But this is how I did my things, and everyone's got their own method, so it's really whatever works for you. Last and not least, for those of you guys who are starting medical school, the question that always gets brought up every single year, the idea of friends. Trust me, everyone in med school is looking for a friend at the beginning, especially. Everyone is. And I can't lie, from yourself, you have to try to put yourself out there a little bit more. For those of you who are introverted, I understand it. This is a much more difficult task for yourselves. But trust me, it's literally going to pay off so well. So yeah, try to put that little extra effort if you're able to. So try your best to try and put yourself out there a little bit more than usual, I'd say. Once again, sign up to societies. For the Muslim brothers and sisters out there, yo, join your IMED and your ISOCs, man. Trust me. The amount of events, especially at UOB for IMED, I'm plugging the mandem here. You guys, join IMED, bruv. You'll see, come to all the events. We got you, man. You're going to find a lot of like-minded people. And genuinely, like, people who are just good vibes in it. There's a reason why these people are turning up to these sorts of events. So just generally, when it comes to friends, everyone is looking for a friend. So as much as you can, try to put yourself out there a lot more than usual. I mean, yeah, to be honest, I don't have much else to say. This is quite short, quite snappy. But this is my advice when it comes to your first and second year. Well, your first year, just starting medical school, for those of you who are just coming from year 13. And for those of you guys who are coming UOB, I mean, good luck. Literally, if I'm usually about med school. Come say hi. I'm usually there most of the day. Like, if I'm not there in the mornings, I'll be there in the evenings. At least from like 5 o'clock onwards, I tend to be there at some point. So yeah, don't be afraid to come say hi. And if you need any support, put it down in the comment section below. Email me, my email's in the description. Ask away, man. And we got you guys for resources and stuff. Don't worry about that. For those of you guys who aren't in year 13 or just watching the video in it, please like, comment, share, subscribe. Turn on the push notification button so you never miss out on bangers just like this one. And I'll catch you, man, in a little bit. It's safe.